Good, making this video to help out one of my friends, to help him understand Gwent and whatnot. I didn't start getting into Gwent until later in the game, actually. Not later, I'm not even that far into it, but I don't think. But, you can go to any little place that, you know, any little settlement, I guess you could call them, any, you know, village, whatever you'd call them, or a big town, whatever. The reason I didn't do it in the one I was in is because that's where a high stakes tournament quest was, which I already did. But you want to go to inns and bars, and at first with Gwent you're gonna have a lot of trouble, probably. Maybe, maybe not. But what you can do is always go to bars and inns and ask them to see what they have and look for cards to buy. It doesn't matter if it's the faction you're using or not. You want to buy as many cards, as many Gwent cards as you can. I thought I could challenge that guy to Gwent. I don't know why I thought that. No, fuck. Son of a bitch. There we go. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think this is a place, right? No, I don't know. But go to those places, inns and bars, ask to see their wares, and buy Gwent cards from them. They might not have a lot, that's okay. Every little bit helps. And as you get more and more, you'll be able to put together a better deck and win more cards from people by beating them. And, fuck it. And you'll have an easier time. Now I'll explain Gwent and whatnot in a minute. I'm just giving some pointers at the moment. Personally, I use the is it Northern Realms? No, I'm not sure. Whatever it might be. I'll look when I get there. But I could say that monsters are generally easy to go against. They can be easy or far from easy to go against if you play against someone using a monster deck. Son of a bitch. Here we go. Pub. I didn't want to look at that. Alright. Let's see.
Long live the king.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I remember you.
Alright. So I can't, but even if you can't play Gwent with them, sometimes they might have a card or two for sale, and you just want to snag them.
So long.
And try to put together a good deck. I could help you with that if you want. Who can I challenge?
Oh. Just you wait. The witch hunters will see. What can I do you for? If I ain't got it today, say the word, I'll have it tomorrow.
Ah, yes, okay. Even if they're not a pub or an inn, still, they might sell Gwent cards. If they don't, it's fine. But hoping for a round of cards. Don't be afraid to lose.
Doubt we need to wait till tomorrow.
If you have an issue with money in the game, Witcher contracts are very good. Now, you don't want to just keep at it, you probably know this, but you don't want to just keep all the cards you get in your deck, because I mean, as good as some of these cards are, some of these cards that I have here, a lot of these are better for certain things for most circumstances. So, you know, the more cards you have, the harder it is to start with a better hand. Cards that have this little symbol on it, that little eye there, that means it's a spy. And if you ever see a spy card, you want to buy it, or, you know, just make sure you get it. As well as try to keep at least 1 or 2 decoys in your deck, so even if you don't have a spy, you can always reverse the effects of a spy being used on you. Or throw it back, I mean, doesn't negate any effects. Okay, I'm already not gonna change it. Yep, okay, good. I have 4 spies in my first hand. This is a good hand. Now, the way Gwent works, as you probably know, see that sword, that means he's a close range, that's, I don't remember the exact term, but long range, you know, ballistas, catapults. Then there's, I suppose, mid-range, the archers. Each of those goes into the damage values. Right now he has a close combat of 1. They all add up together. Whoever has the higher number at the end of the round wins. And as you can see, there's 2 little red gems for each of us that, you know, you can win 2 rounds in a row. You can... A good strategy that some people do, myself included. A spy adds to theirs, but you get 2 cards back. Not 2 cards back, you get to draw 2 cards. See, decoys are useful because you could just grab the spy he put, and now I have it for the rest of the game. So I'll add to my hand. I'll keep adding. Just because I have enough spies too, and I don't plan to use them in the second round. He has 15, so I'm just going to place a 15 and... yeah, okay. You don't always have to win the first round. A strategy that I used to do before I got a lot of spies into my deck is just put out a bunch of weaker cards and whatnot to get the opponent. It helps when you have at least 1 spy to do this, though. Have them put out as many cards from their hand as they can, and even if their number is higher than yours, it's fine, just throw the first round. And if you have more cards than them by a noticeable amount, you know, but usually 2 or 3 is good enough to make a difference, you can win the next 2 rounds that you would need to win, even though you have already lost 1 round. So I'm just doing what I did there because, given that I had all those spies, I have enough cards to afford the ability to do that. Each deck has its own faction perk by the leader that you... Oh no, they have their own deck perks as well as a leader card and leader abilities. These cards, these fancy schmancy cards with the gold trim and shit, these, I believe they're hero cards. They're not affected by any special cards or abilities, so you can't boost their damage. They can't be, you know, you can't use a decoy if one of them is a spy. Scorch won't hurt them. Scorch is a card that destroys the most, whichever card on the field, or cards, have the highest damage value. So here I'm just gonna throw out some of my weaker cards first. He might not think I have shit. Already giving me. Alright. Now, sorry, I lost my train of thought. When they put down a weather effect card, even if it hinders your damage, like look at these do these double strength together, these guys, right? Times 2, that would be 10, but it's down to 2 because of that card. But you don't always have to, and you shouldn't always negate it right away if you can negate it. Like, I could use my leader ability to clear any weather effects, but I'm not going to until the end of the turn. Also, if you pass for the round, not for, you know, not just that turn. Excuse me. The reason you don't want to do that is because they might have the same weather card again, and if you get them forced down to where they have slim to none cards left, they'll either have to pass or play that weather card effect again. But if you negate it right away, they might play it earlier in the round, and then you don't have anything to negate the second one. So yeah, I'll use that. As you can probably tell, I've already won this. I always do this just to fucking get a nice big fat score at the end of it. A huge lead on... I mean... Clear the weather effect. There we go, 171 to 43. It sounds a lot worse than 97 to 43. But I'm gonna stop this. I'll make another video, and I'll start a new game so that I can show you a better idea. Because I've been playing a lot of Gwent, and it might be hard for you to take my advice right now, seeing as your deck, since you haven't been into Gwent and you're having trouble understanding it, you might not be able to really relate your deck to mine. So, since I've got a great deal of experience and a ton more cards in mine, so yeah, I'll do that. But I'm leaving this one up for pointers and other things like that.